Hey friends, welcome back to the office once again here at Shasta Ukulele Company and New Traditions Dulcimers. My name is Dan Daniels, and I just wanted to respond in video form to an email that I received from a potential customer about our ukuleles here at Shasta Ukulele Company. I'm going to read the email here real quick and kind of go into more detail about our ukuleles. Now, we don't carry stock instruments here. We are a customer-based custom ukulele builder and dulcimers and guitars. So we don't have a stock where customers can come in and look around and decide which one they want. They know us by reputation. They know us by word of mouth. So that's how we build and sell our instruments, or actually sell and build our instruments by customers requesting us to build them an instrument. I have been working on, in my spare time, which is pretty small, I've been working on two ukuleles that I was hoping to complete and to get into in a stock situation. They're both Myrtle. One is an alto and one is a tenor. Both made of Myrtle. They're all Myrtle instruments. If you don't know about our company, Shasta Ukuleles and New Traditions Dulcimers, we use only rescued wood that's local, which means from Eugene, Oregon down to Fresno, California. We're along the I-5 corridor, so we have access to some amazing woods. We also are victims of incredible storms. So storms come in, they blow a tree down. Our buddies up at in Springfield at Urban Lumber, they'll go and take the trees, cut them into logs and bring them back to their mill and move them into furniture wood. And then we are fortunate to buy slabs of wood from them, usually about a 4x8 by 36 or 40-inch slab of black walnut, myrtle, cherry, kind of typical local woods. And the same thing happens in the Fresno area, where we're able to buy pistachio and black walnut and more myrtle as well. So all of our woods are rescued. We don't purchase any woods that have been taken in logging or by timber companies and then sold to a wholesaler who then in turn retails them out to us. We buy our woods almost strictly from Urban Lumber in Springfield, where we will drive up the 4 hours to the mill, pick up 2 or 3 slabs of wood, bring them back to our shop and cut them into usable pieces that we can mill down into instrument wood. So that being said, our woods are all rescued. They were either headed for a burn pile or the chipper or a landfill in the Southern Oregon, Northern California area. We take the woods and make them into beautiful heirloom musical instruments. We're pretty proud of that. Makes us feel good about doing that. So I've been working on these two Myrtle ukuleles. As I said, one is a alto and the other is a tenor. And through email correspondence, I was contacted by a fellow named Jeff, and he writes that he would like to see more information on these ukuleles, so he could make a decision on what to do as far as purchase. And he's asking for information about the fretboard, about the bridge, the saddle, the nut width, the neck, what woods I use in the neck, the headstock plate and the tuners, and etc., etc. The first one we'll look at is the alto. Now this, we've already cut the binding channels on these. This is a solid Myrtle back, sides, and top. And this Myrtle is from Southern Oregon. And this Myrtle, we bought this Myrtle in a huge, ridiculously huge 4x8 slab of wood that was about 4 inches thick. I have a standard vehicle, a SUV, and it was driving like this all the way home. It was very heavy in the back of the SUV. But this is a rescued Myrtle from the Southern Oregon area. This is an alto. The binding channels are already cut, and this will be bound in black walnut, also from Southern Oregon, and also rescued. This is, of course, where the neck will go. Our rosette is a custom rosette that's made here. It is made out of black walnut as well, and trimmed with black purfling. And the line down the center, of course, is a pencil line to keep me on track. Just beautiful wood. This is a concert, or an alto as we prefer to call them. Myrtle all the way around. This will have a mahogany neck. And both of these will have a mahogany neck, and we'll get into the neck dimensions a little bit later. But this is number 281. This is a Shasta Ukulele alto, concert size, rescued myrtle all the way around. The next one is the tenor, made out of the same tree from the same situation, a rescued myrtle tree that was taken down in the Southern Oregon storm. If you know the Southern Oregon coastal area, you'll appreciate the storms that come through there. This one is myrtle all the way around, with the exception of the black walnut binding. And this guy, I've already started the binding around the back, so that'll give you kind of an idea, but I'll wait for that just a second. This is the soundboard, again, myrtle, with black walnut rosette with black white purfling around it. And of course the fingerboard will cover any flaws up here, so we don't really worry about those. Our fingerboards extend just a hair into the sound hole, and that's where we like to put our logo. So as I said, I've already begun the binding on this. This is the black walnut binding. That will go around the entire instrument, top and back. Black walnut back strap, in strap, and back strap. Pretty cool wood. And to think that this was, this was headed for garbage dump or somebody's landscaping. We were able to turn it into this beautiful instrument. This will also have a mahogany neck. Now, as far as our nut width goes, we do 1 3/8, which is standard. We can also do 1 1/2. Basically, at this point, we build custom instruments, so whatever you want, we can do for you. We have 2 standard bridges that we put on our instruments. They're both made here in-house. We make all of our parts. This is the through the top bridge. This one is specifically made out of myrtle, so it will look, and then it's also for a tenor. It would look something like that. Now, of course, this bridge adds cost to the instrument. This is our standard tie bridge, also made out of black walnut, typically, though we could, with these instruments, keep it myrtle and do a bridge out of myrtle. And it would look something like this, or it will look something like that. And as far as our tuners go, we use 2 types of tuners. We use the Grover Stay Tight, which is kind of our standard tuner. It's flawless. It's a great workhorse. This is the Grover Stay Tight in chrome with black knob. And this is Grover Stay Tight in gold with black knob. And then we dress out the rest. The strap buttons and the like are also gold. We also use the Goto planetary tuner, which adds an additional $100 and $125 to the instrument because they are expensive. And our necks are mahogany. Our fingerboards are usually black walnut. We try to use as much local wood as possible, but the mahogany is the only exception, and that's going to be kind of phased out eventually when we use up all of our mahogany that we have. We have some great mahogany neck wood, neck blanks. Now, something else we can do on an instrument like this, if we want to keep it all, and again, it's completely up to the customer. If we want to keep it all myrtle, we can also put a myrtle fingerboard on the instrument. We can do a variety of fingerboard lengths, of scale lengths. We can do, I'm looking at a cheat sheet here. We can do, the soprano is a 13-inch, concert is 15, or alto is 15, and the tenor is 17-inch. But we can also do the super tenor, which is a 19-inch, and the super concert, which is a 17-inch. So it's totally up to the customer what they want. That's the beauty of working with a luthier and one who builds custom instruments per the customer request. But all those things add cost to the instrument. Just the standard instrument, you can check our website for our base prices, or email me for information about our base prices on our instruments. The reason I don't state them on YouTube is because wood prices change. They're a commodity and they change all the time. So we don't want to get stuck to a price that we just simply can't afford. So we build accordingly, and we charge accordingly. All right, so this video is getting a bit long. These are two instruments that I have available that will be finished hopefully by the end of February. They were started on I think the 15th of December 2025. All myrtle, all rescued. Neck will be mahogany. Fingerboards will more than likely be black walnut to fit the binding. Bridge will more than likely be black walnut, unless the customer orders something different. That was the tenor, and this is the alto. Going to be great little instruments. This is 281, and this is 282. So 281 alto and 282 tenor. Well, sorry about the segue, but apparently my iPhone was filled to capacity, so we had to start our ending over. So once again, those two ukuleles, 281 and 282, one is concert, one is tenor. When we say concert, we also mean alto. So we have one alto and we have one tenor. Here is the tenor. Both are solid myrtle with some really cool flair to them. That's the tenor. 282, and this is the alto. They hopefully will be finished by the end of February. That's the plan anyway. So all of that being said, if you're interested, drop us a line. As I mentioned, the scale length is up to the customer within reason. The nut width is up to the customer. Our standard is 1 3/8. We can do 1 1/2. We can do all sorts of things. But yeah, that's it from here. We look forward to hearing from you. 2 ukuleles that are being built currently, hopefully done by the end of February. Usually as we get closer to the finish of our instruments, through posting on YouTube and posting on Facebook, they sell pretty quickly. So if you're interested and you want your name on one of these, drop me a line. We require payment up front to put a name on an instrument, and we can go from there. All right, that's it from here. Dan Daniels, Shasta Ukulele Company. New Traditions Dulcimers right here in the heart of Montague, California. Until next time, Lord bless you all.